Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mr. Beard, and in this video I want to talk about a little bit about the growth system in the Isle, right? Excuse the darkness in my gameplay right now in the background. It's always dark in this game, so yeah, don't be surprised. I heard the developers want to boost the growth times of dinosaurs, which is like Tenonto takes like 2 hours right now to grow. It's probably gonna take 4 to 5 or something like that, and a lot of people are like, what are you guys doing? Right? While I don't mind, growing a dinosaur for a few hours, I don't mind that, but taking it too much for a dinosaur that doesn't really provide anything, it's just a wrong decision in my opinion, right? Like, if you're gonna grow a Rex, sure, 7-8 hours to be the most powerful, that's a fair trade, I'd say. But for a Tenonto who doesn't really... why is this fish here? I would really like to eat it if I could go on land. You see, for a Tenonto that doesn't provide anything, pointless to make it grow for 4 or 5 hours, and I think the developers are putting their trust only in time to be the hard growth thingy right now, right? Which is not a good thing in my opinion. In my opinion, like lower tiers like Hera and even Omni and stuff like that should be between 1 and 2 hours, right? A mid tier, for example, Tenonto, Maya, Diablo, all of those guys should be between 2 and let's say 5 if the dinosaur is strong enough, right? Like, I don't know, like 4.5 maybe. And high tiers should be anywhere between like 5 hours to like 7-8, right? That's acceptable to me. Depends how strong the dinosaur is, right? A Suchomimus, sure, 5 hours, go ahead. A T-Rex, 7-8 hours. But what I want to talk about in this video is that they should come up with systems that affect growth and how hard it is to grow, not only by time, right? Not only by, oh, it takes 7 hours to grow, so I have to survive like 2-3 hours with the juvie to be sub, and 2-3 hours surviving, it's hard. You shouldn't really be focusing on that. You should really focus on what the dinosaur has to do at its growth stage in order to survive. For example, if you're a juvie Rex, you'll have to find like different specific diets that are only good for the juvie Rex, and they're very hard to find, and you'll have to literally know where they are, right? And maybe you'll have to use a mechanic, like you'll have to be muddy all the time. Just examples, weird examples, just to give you an idea. You have to be muddy all the time, right? Like this, in order to grow faster or grow healthier, or as a juvie, I'm saying, right? And to find mud, new players wouldn't really be good at it because they don't really know where mud is. So, in my opinion, this game should really be trial and error. New players, the developers should come up with ideas to how to make growth harder no matter what stage you're at. Juvie Rex should be very horrendous to grow at, and then sub Rex, it's going to have different stuff to take care of, leaving the time, how much it takes, and leaving the diets out, and mechanics like you don't like this kind of temperature, you gotta go to coast, or you're gonna die of heat or something, or cold or stuff like that, or you're very prone to getting bacteria, or your bleed resistance is so low, if you trip you're gonna bleed to death. Stuff like that are gonna make growing even for 1 hour very hard. So if Rex would take like 3 hours, it's gonna be the hardest 3 hours of your life. That's what I'm trying to say by this video. It shouldn't be like, oh, Rex is strong, let's make it 10 hours, right? It should be, no matter, like 6 hours, I'd say it's fine for a Rex. How hard those 6 hours are to grow, now that's what the developer should be focused on, rather than, oh, it just takes 6 hours for them to maintain the diet, sure, go ahead. They should really work on stuff that really make it hard to grow no matter where you are. Like 6 hours growth, very hard 6 hours depending on your dinosaur. 2 hours growth, very hard 2 hours growth for depending on your dinosaur, right? What other things could the developers add, make growth harder? Like, let's say weather resistance, your preferred area where you'd like to be. Maybe that's gets a growth boost or something. If you're outside of that, it's harder. aka migrations, I'm guessing. What kind of food you like to eat? Like, as a juvie Rex, I'd say you'd like to eat like specific only Tenno babies, and for that to be found, you'll have to go around the map and learn where they spawn or where players are. And how would this affect everything? Like, this would affect the gameplay in such a way that professional players would already know where to go on the map and what to do to grow. Even like they can still get killed by other players or diseases and stuff, but they have an idea of what's the best way to combine stuff in order to grow. An inexperienced player wouldn't know all these things. They wouldn't know what diets are, they wouldn't know what bleeding is, they wouldn't know what weather resistance is, they wouldn't know preferred biome, they wouldn't know migration, they wouldn't know anything about that. And you know, in this game, in my opinion, if you want to play this game, if you don't have this game on Steam, I'm talking to you, viewer. If you buy it, in my opinion, you should go in the game, and if you die, you learn from it, and you die again, and you learn more and more and more until, you know, after dying 100 times, you get to finally be an adult, and you know a lot more stuff than you knew before when you started playing. And the more you play this game, the more you learn stuff. The more you experience the map and you explore the map, the more you learn where things spawn and what's the preferred biome of that, on that and that. And adding more things like outside of diets and stuff, because right now it's only diets and that's it. Like, if you maintain your diet, you're good. That's it. We need more. We need more, and we need ideas of what that more is. Because, you know, I'm coming with weather resistance and stuff, but it's not really like amazing ideas. Like, I'm sure you guys could come up with amazing ideas in this chat room if you go down in the comments and, you know, just leave your ideas. You know, maybe somebody picks it up, or somebody, you know, maybe I'll make a video about the greatest ideas the comments have said, right? Probably. We need more than diets, because diets, sure, right now, if I'm literally gonna eat crabs, all crabs, and I'm gonna have 3 diets, sure, I'll grow slow, but I'll grow. Now, if you have diets, if you gotta manage where you are on the map, if you gotta manage what you're touching, or if you gotta manage what can eat you or not, you gotta manage what you can attack or not, you know, a lot of variables that just make growing harder. And why I want to make growing harder and more complicated, and you need to be big brain to understand how you grow, because I don't want people to spend 7, 8, 9, 10 hours on a dinosaur, right? Because that's just, let's say you spend 8, you die, you didn't even reach adult, which is kind of bad, right? Let's be honest. I'm saying, like, Rex, if it takes 5 hours to grow Rex, sure, make it 5 hours. But compared to you know, let's say a Carno that takes 2 hours, those 5 hours of a Rex are gonna be harder than those 2 hours of a Carno. And I'm not saying in terms of, you know, time length, because obviously to stay 5 hours alive is harder than 2 hours. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, you know, if you break inside of those hours, what you have to do in those hours, right? For example, working 5 hours at a gas station is easier than working 5 hours at a, like, construction site where you gotta go up and down and put nails in, you know. It's the same. It's 5 hours, the same length. But what is inside of those hours matters, right? A gas station, you know, you sit there, clients come, they pay, they leave. Easy, right? Well, not that easy, of course, but easy. And if you work at the construction site, sitting in the sun all day, you know, probably your head hurting 8 hours a day, 5 hours, whatever. You just put nails, go up, down, you get dirty, your hands are dirty, you know. That's harder, right? In comparison. And that's what I'm trying to say to the developers, of course. Developers, try to make those hours harder in terms of, you know, survival, because that's how you can break down also dinosaurs, right? Hera could be an easy dinosaur. It can climb, it can be away from predators, it can literally teach players how to, you know, survive. Those 2 hours of a Hera are not as hard as, let's say, 2 hours of a Megalania, for example. A Megalania in those 2 hours could have it way harder to survive than a Hera. Hera could have, like, you know, only 2 things to worry about: the diet, and diet includes water. I want to make that clear. Diet and, let's say, preferred biome. You know, that 2 things to worry about. It teaches players the basics. Listen, you gotta eat this and this and this. Good. And now you gotta go there, and that's good. And now you're gonna grow and be happy. Now a megalania is gonna have to worry about 10 things in 2 hours, right? Like the diet, the weather, the freezing temperature, the hot temperature. Is probably, it's a lizard and it's gonna sit in the sun, and at night it's gonna literally probably go down in the water where the water is warm and stuff, because water down is getting warm harder. And another thing, like if you're a Dinosuchus, it's gonna be hard. Like at night, you're gonna have to go down deep because the water just it stays warm there. At the surface, it gets colder. During the morning, you'll have to resurface up because the water warms up faster and when it's up. Things like that are just, you gotta worry about them, right? And that's what I'm trying to say with this video. The time shouldn't matter. What's inside those hours should matter, and how hard it is to grow. I don't want to see people sit at the computer for 8 hours just to grow a dinosaur. I want to, if they earn a T-Rex, then sure, let them be a Rex, but they have to earn it. Make Rex 5 hours, who cares, right? It's the same as Dino. Dino will have it easier as a Rex, but Dino will have it harder than a Carno. Carno will have it harder than a Dryo, and things like that, right? If you made all dinosaurs the same length, 3 hours, what they have to do in those 3 hours differs and should differ. And that's what I'm trying to say in this video. Like, let's say you make all dinosaurs 3 hours, a Hera's 3 hours are gonna be easier to maintain than a Rex's 3 hours. Rex will be probably like worry about 20 things at once, and if you get one wrong, you die and you start over. And a player who just bought the game, or who came back to this game from a long time ago, is not gonna know what's going on and what he has to do, and he is going to die. And he's gonna be like, okay, let me take it slowly. Let me go play a Hera and see what's new. Okay, what's this weather resistance? All right. Oh, this is weather resistance. Okay, I got comfortable with it. What other things can I learn from other dinosaurs? And this could also help, like, more spread out dinosaurs. You won't see only Rexes on the server. You're gonna see like Heras and Dilos and everything. People are gonna learn from other dinosaurs just so they can grow a Rex. Rex is like the final achievement in this game. You grow a Rex, you're gonna be the best time. You're gonna have the best time ever. To grow a Rex, if it's 3 hours, sure, but they're gonna be hell on earth. You spawn in 10 minutes. If you didn't get your stuff together, you're dead. And that's how hard Rex should be, right? Just 3 hours, right? Just 3 hours, but 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes, you gotta worry, constant worry. You gotta go there, you gotta go this. Stamina, diets, weather, burrowing, preferred biome, if you like being in trees at night, or down from trees at night, or a lot of variables just to make growing harder depending on what's inside the time, not the time itself. Developers, please don't focus on the time, only the time. Just make the time and what actions you gotta take in those time period harder. And that's what I wanted to talk about in this video. What do you guys think about it? I don't think they should make Tenonto 4 hours. I think Tenonto is good where it is. In my opinion, it's good where it is right now. Like, I played it, I like it. Well, yeah, this is what I wanted to talk about. Thank you guys for watching. It was me, Mr. Beard. I'll see you in the next video. Please let your thoughts down in the comments. I'll read them. Let me know what other things the developers should add other than the diets and everything you need to take care of and stuff, right? So yeah, thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye, boyos.